Story time, story time, story time. Being that it's Thursday, we gonna throw it back, give you a little throwy based off of, the picture that's up on a green screen. Um, this happens to be like I don't know, mid 90s. Yeah, mid 90s or so, going into the late 90s. I don't know. I probably was like, uh, well, my boy Rock Bone had just came home, so this got to be like '98. So I was probably like 17 years old. Um, and this happens to be an event that Mike Tyson was actually throwing at Medgar Evers College. I believe, like at that time, he was trying to jumpstart. He was trying to jumpstart his record label. I think he was like trying to like lay out a format for his record label, and I think he was looking for some talent or whatever the case may be. Long story short, I'm not sure how I got wind of it. Maybe one of my peoples on the Kirk told me about it. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna pop up, see what's going on, check the vibe or whatever. So we ended up attending. I think my bro had just came home from a 3 to 9. He must have been home. Who knows how long? Maybe a couple weeks. Who knows? Um, we gets to Ever College, and we sitting in like the auditorium area. So they got guest speakers speaking or whatever. Whole time. I'm looking for Tyson or whatever. Like like I'm trying to see like where the music is at, what's going on. Like that's my main focus, man. Like mainly because definitely was in the music then as far as like getting involved, um and being that I would see Tyson every now and again hanging up on a bush on a curb. I figure why not show face, because it's not like you know I don't see him in passing. um so we go. Thing ended up getting shut down. At this time, you know the wave of Damus was just hitting Brooklyn by storm, and it was some blood homies in there that was acting up, and I think Tyson got irritated and ended up like just leaving, getting ready to leave or whatever for the most part. So I seen him get up. I think I was sitting like 3 or 4 rows behind him or whatever the case may be. So once I seen him get up, I heard him saying, you know, dudes is messing it up and like he got frustrated and was ready to bounce. So I'm like, yo, damn, I like music opportunity. That's out the window, whatever the case may be. So he left. I sat down, tried to see what else the show was about or whatever the case may be. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm out of here. So as we leaving, like we walk past, like we could see Tyson and like a mob of people is around him or whatever the case may be. People trying to get pictures, autographs, all that good stuff or whatever the case may be. So, we walking, about to exit the building. And I'm like, yo, man. Told my boy, like, I'm like, yo, bro, let's at least get a pic. Let's get a picture with him or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know what it is that I was thinking. Like we didn't have no camera on us. I'm not even sure how I ended up getting this pic. Um, but we was towards the end of the line. My boy, he just came home. He ain't got too much patience, so he start deboing the crowd, start pushing through the crowd, pushing through the crowd. Long story short, we made it to the front. As soon as we get to the front, he like, yo, all right, Tyson ain't taking doing no more autographs. He ain't taking no more pictures. This, that, and the third. So I'm like, hold on, we just pushed through all these people for nothing. Like, yo, man, listen. So I guess a bodyguard for him or whatever the case may be. It wasn't Tyson that was speaking. It was somebody that was just letting the crowd know, like, yo, listen, Tyson about to break out. Like, he don't want to take no more pictures. He don't want to sign no more autographs. It just so happened that Tyson was like right there, like in front of me. So me, like I'm like, yo, Tyson, you act like you ain't gonna take pics with niggas. Like niggas don't be seeing you on the Kirk. Like, what's up? Like, he turned and he looked at me like he gave me a look like this little nigga here, man. Like, and he's looking at me and I'm like, yo, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Word, but yo, shout out on Jackie too. If you from the bush, you definitely know. Um, Tyson just turned to her and was like, "Yo, man, these dudes right here look familiar to you, man." She looked, did one of these. She was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, they good, whatever." And he grabbed me like, as you can see, that's how we ended up taking the picture. So when we turned around and faced the crowd, like everybody start flipping like, yo, how they get to take pics? And I'm like, yo, damn. And then, they just snapped and snapped. Somebody snapped the pic, man. And that was that, man. Like Tyson is definitely solid, man. Shout the Iron Mike. He's definitely one of the GOATs. Shout to Aunt Jackie too, man. Shout to Flatbush, man. If you know, you know, man. Salute. Stay woke or wake up, y'all.